guys, welcome back to some more Motorsport Manager and part 6 of Season 2 of our Force India career. And today we have, the Cape Town Grand Prix, event 6 of the season. I was just looking at a notification on my phone there. It was about Fernando Alonso and his car breaking down again. Yeah, there you go. We can edit our appearance actually, which is quite fun. We might do that at some point. But anyway, there's some of the jobs that we could get. We don't only look in the Formula 1 World Championship, but Renault are looking for a new guy, which is interesting. I mean, acceleration and sort of the rear wing is where we need to improve. You know, we're below average on a lot of those, whereas, you know, the suspension were good, the brakes were good, and the engine were good. So these are where we need to focus on in the next few Grand Prix. We've brought in the new part, of course, the suspension, for Fernando Alonso. It does have a risk level attached to it, but it's got good performance and good reliability. So the car is becoming more reliable now. We've got the team working on both cars. I mean, we need... Yeah, we've let Perez have a bit more reliability work on his car, although I haven't said that. I mean, maybe we need to do that. Yeah, we'll go with that. I don't particularly know why the reliability is so low, but here we go. Tyres, as they always are, and we'll get into this. Cape Town Grand Prix in South Africa. I think we had quite a poor Grand Prix here last year, but anything will be better than the last one. If you haven't seen the last episode, I wouldn't bother. It was honestly diabolical, really. Just the reliability of the car. We're actually going to go for Ocon this weekend in practice, and we'll see how he does against Fernando Alonso. You know. Because ultimately he will replace Fernando Alonso at some point. Yeah, Fernando focusing on the race setup at the moment. But Ocon up... well, Alonso's just gone up to 5th now. He's not too much quicker than Ocon, but half a second. You know, which was about Sergio Perez's margin last year at some point. So there we go, that's the end of practice. 6th and 8th, we'd be very, very happy with that. And going into qualifying then, it's a sunny day, which is good. He hasn't got the super overtake, which is unfortunate, I guess. But the car setup, I mean, Perez's looks terrible. Obviously Ocon can't do it. Yeah, so he wants a more balanced setup, which is fair enough. So he probably wants it about there then, doesn't he? So if we bring that up to 27. Yeah, I am expecting a knock at the door at some point. So I will just let that happen. Hold on. Yeah, maybe just a smidge like that. So that one. Yeah, we'll do that for Perez and for Alonso. So we want sort of in the middle of that, and he wants about there and a bit more there. Is that right? That's about right. So. Yeah, we'll stick with that. I think that's a good setup. So Alonso can go out there. I was tempted to simulate it there, but we won't do that. So Perez can go out straight away. Closely followed by Fernando. And put them both on auto, of course. So he's away. And he's away. So, hoping for a good qualifying session today. Last time out, I think it was 6th and 8th. It might have been. Fernando obviously in 6th place, and but we were helped by changeable conditions. You know, we got our lap in early, which was the difference there. Perez is in a bit of clean air, so hopefully he can go out and put in a good lap, better than the Ferrari. Fernando Alonso has managed to get out in front of somebody, so he's got clean air as well. Yeah, Fernando's slightly quicker than Perez so far this lap, which has been, you know, kind of what's been going on in the last few Grand Prix. You know, Fernando has been a little bit quicker than Perez generally. Here comes Perez and he goes second. Fernando Alonso comes through and he goes third above Perez. 4/10 is the gap there. So, yeah, I don't know quite what's going on with Sergio Perez recently, but he hasn't been at his absolute best. You know, but 5th and 7th at the moment. Obviously, we've got Vettel to come through. We've got the Red Bulls to come through. Yeah, we are expecting to drop down that list fairly rapidly. I mean, Verstappen goes 7th. I don't think anybody else is going to get there. We'll send out Fernando again now. And we'll send Perez out now as well. And just try and do this. We'll try and do it. It's going to be tough, but yeah, if Fernando can make a couple of tenths up, he could get up to 5th, which is brilliant, really, considering the season we've had. You know, I don't think pace is our problem. I've said it. Reliability has been our problem this season so far. Alonso's got the car into a decent area. Perez is okay as well. Alonso doesn't have any traffic. What about Perez? Does he have any traffic? Oh, he does. So Perez isn't going to improve. But Fernando has done a very, very good first sector. He's less than a tenth away from pole position man Lewis Hamilton. But he's well off the pace in the second sector. He has encountered traffic, and this isn't going to be good enough, is it? Oh, that's so frustrating. What a first sector he put in, though. Perez has gone 5th. Perez has gone 5th. What a time that is. He's pulled that out from somewhere, despite being in traffic. What has gone on there? Fernando, very, very unlucky. If we can get him in and send him straight back out, we might get another lap in. He's coming in now. We're going to send him straight back out on a brand new set of those tyres. Go on, son. Get yourself out there and hopefully get another lap out of this. I'm not sure he will. We'll turn auto off and just say speed up. Speed up, son. We need to get you out there because Alonso can do better. I'm not sure Perez can, but Fernando can. I don't think he's quite going to make it, unfortunately. Here he comes. Oh, he has just made it. He has just made it. Now then, the tyres aren't in the best shape, but he is just as quick as he was in the first sector the last time. What's the second sector going to be like? Here comes Fernando Alonso through the second sector now. He is just a little bit off the pace, but his third sector was compromised by the Sauber last time. What's it going to be this time? Here comes Fernando, and it's only 9th. Wow. Oh, never mind, but 9th place for Fernando, 6th place for Sergio Perez. What a performance from him. I don't know where he pulled that time out of. He was stuck in traffic, but managed to come out and do something good. So there we go. Perez in 6th. And there we are then. So I think Fernando is probably going to go slightly differently about this. I think we'll start on the soft tyres with Fernando and try and go nice and deep into the race, sort of the Valtteri Bottas method of the last race. Perez will just stick out there like that, and we'll put him on Uber overtake mode at the start of the Grand Prix. So Vettel starting on the super softs as well. So a lot of strategy going on, but we're hoping to get Fernando Alonso some good points today. And lights out, away we go. Perez off to a brilliant start, but he has got sort of trapped behind the Williams there. It is a bit of a mess down there. Up to the first turn, Fernando Alonso's managed to make his way up past Perez, but obviously that won't happen for much longer. Obviously Fernando has a good first lap thing as well, so everything goes up for the first lap. Perez up to 4th at the moment. Now he's up to 3rd. What a start for Sergio Perez on the Ultrasofts. Vettel currently leading the Grand Prix for Williams, which would be a very, very good result. Fernando Alonso down in 13th position. Let's just conserve those tyres and get him as far into the race as we can. Perez up to 2nd, and he's closing in on Lewis Hamilton for the lead. Here comes Sergio Perez. Where has this come from? Sergio Perez leads the Cape Town Grand Prix. Wow, what has happened here? We'll keep pushing with Sergio Perez for the next couple of laps. And see if we can build up a bit of a lead over Lewis Hamilton. This is crazy though. Perez coming round, he should probably set a fastest lap here. Here he comes, and he has set a fastest lap. Well done. And we're going to move him down to medium now. Alonso up to 9th as it stands. He's making his way back through the field, and we're going to put him on medium. And keep him on medium sort of condition deterioration. Perez has been repassed by Hamilton, which was expected. Safety car is out. We're going to bring Perez straight in and put him on to the soft tyres and hopefully get him to the end of the race. His parts will be fine for the moment, so we'll bring Perez in, and we're going to go low and back up, and low and back up there. Fernando, no, you just stay out there, son. But Perez unfortunately couldn't come in straight away there, but he'll have to come in this lap. Yeah, so there's 1 lap left obviously. I've got to catch up to the safety car. Yeah, so I assume it doesn't mean it's coming in this lap. We're away with Perez, and he's still going to be in the points in 8th place, which is brilliant news. So Perez can probably go at the end of the Grand Prix on them. Alonso in 11th at the moment. He could potentially go at the end of the Grand Prix as well. How's his parts looking? His brakes aren't looking terrific, but a bit better than they usually are. Hopefully saving some fuel as well. So here we are, we're in the queue. The safety car will be in this lap. So we've just got to keep an eye on where Perez can fit into all this. Perez is the only guy to have stopped on the safety car sort of stint, which gives him 20 seconds over the field theoretically, but we'll just have to see, won't we? So Perez is going to go to push and high, and Alonso is going to go to push and high as well. The weather looks like it's going to stay fine for the foreseeable. Well, here we come, round the final turn, and the safety car is in. So we're back underway once again. Perez has been overtaken at the restart, but managing to stay with Nico Hülkenberg. Fernando Alonso has come back into things here as well, which is interesting. Yeah, so Alonso through, which is interesting. We'll move on to that, and we'll move Perez onto this as well. So 9th and 10th at the moment, but we're expecting a lot of people to come into the pits in the next couple of laps, probably a few laps down the line, but we've got both cars on soft tyres, which is good. We're hoping to keep Fernando out there for a long time. I don't know whether he'll manage to reach the end of the race, but he could do. And here we come. Is there anybody in the pits yet? Doesn't look like it. So Perez 20% through his tyres. It'll be interesting to see if the strategy call does pay off in the end, but we won't see until the end of the race. That's the thing. Castroneves is closing up on Perez. Alonso in 9th and a bit of free air, so they're kind of towing each other around at the moment, which is good. So yeah, Alonso in 9th, Perez in 10th. That's pretty good so far. Alonso was competing with Hamilton in the first sector yesterday, which was pretty damn good, wasn't it? But can we do that for Fernando? Oh no. Hopefully his front wing's alright. I don't want another Grand Prix like yesterday. I really don't. Yeah, Fernando Alonso still managing to stay ahead, but there's a bit of a battle here. Yeah, his parts are fine, but there's a bit of a battle going on. We're up to 3rd and 4th now. Castro Neves has passed us, but we just need to sort of focus on ourselves at the moment. We're well ahead of the rest of the pack. You know, if we can do that, that's really good. Alonso in 3rd at the moment. His brakes aren't looking brilliant. Are we going to risk it? Alonso in 3rd then. So we're 3rd and 5th, but a net 1st and 2nd, if you get me. Giovinazzi is closing in on Sergio Perez, but he's on softer tyres. Can he get to the end of the Grand Prix? That is the question. We've got a little bit of traffic in between them. Alonso's brakes, I don't know if they'll get to the end of the race. I think we bring in Alonso now actually and put those on. Fix that, and that should get him to the end of the Grand Prix. So bring in Fernando this lap. Perez, I think, should be okay. His front wing isn't looking brilliant, but he should be fine. So he's up to 2nd now. Castro Neves leading the Grand Prix. I think we do bring Perez in as well, and we'll set him onto a set of ultra softs and fix his front wing and his gearbox and his brakes. Yeah, it's going to be annoying, but we'll just have to take it in the end. So yeah. I mean, that's annoying, isn't it? So Perez has got a lot of fixing to go on. Alonso back past him on the road. I think tyre wise he should be absolutely fine, and his parts should last till the end of the race, but you never know. Yeah, we're going to just push Perez till the end of the race then. Alonso should hopefully catch up to the likes of Urrutia, who's just up ahead, and Raikkonen, who's just ahead of him. But it looks like we're not going to get the big bulk points that we were perhaps hoping for, but it's reliability again. It's cost us. We would have probably got the end of the race with both cars on the tyre wear. That was absolutely fine. The pace was good. But then we had reliability issues. Alonso now coming up to try and pass Kimi Raikkonen. I think he can go on overtake as well. So what's Perez doing at the moment? He's still 14th. He's not gonna catch up to anybody. So Alonso, we're hoping that he can get up to 8th place. Raikkonen's tyres are surely going to fall off the cliff soon. I mean, surely Alonso can get to the end. Surely he can. He's coming through. Yeah, it's the final lap now. But yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to finish in the top 8. It looks like Alonso's going to scrape a couple of points. Well, he's through. Who's this ahead? Ah, it's an 18th place. I thought we'd managed to get back past, but we haven't. Alonso coming through now. He's going to come through in 9th place. Perez down in 14th. Disappointing for him, and another disappointing Grand Prix for us. Well, yeah, Valtteri Bottas wins the Grand Prix, which is good for him. Ricciardo in 2nd, Vettel in 3rd, Giovinazzi in 4th, and then it looked like Hülkenberg in 5th, which is very, very good. So, yeah, there you go. There's the story of the strategy. 2 stops kind of costing Perez in the end. Maybe it shouldn't have brought him in that early. He was running in 2nd at the time, but it was ultimately the parts that made us have to stop again. So there you go. Fernando finishes 9th. Yeah, it's just a poor season, and I think we're going to have to accept it, that it's not going to get much better anytime soon until we manage to get the updates in, get the reliability sorted, and then once that's sorted, we can bring in some good parts with good performance. But yeah, Alonso's morale goes down slightly, which is a shame. And Vijay Mallya very, very unhappy with me at the helm, and we could be sacked at any given time, really. It doesn't look like we have been this time. We've got 5 unread messages. Wins. We've got an interview with Sky. Yeah. But yeah, there you go. If we look at what jobs could be available, none apparently. I think Renault must have had a good Grand Prix. That means still 8th in the championship, but Hülkenberg had a good race last time out, and we're going to struggle to get cars into the top 10 now. It's really, really been a struggle so far, and going into the sort of second half of the season, I mean, that's a wet race, so that's not going to help us. So, well, no, that's not either. Right, anyway, that is going to be the end of this episode. If you've enjoyed that, make sure you leave a like down below. And yeah, hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.